Hello everyone, it is I, Ryan, also known as the Lovebat, and I am here once again to go ahead and continue playing with my Lizardman team, the Sea of Red. Last episode we were able to win in the first round of the Chaos Cup, a new competition that we were playing in, after previously being the champions of the NAF Autumn Championship. And so we moved on to a different competition, hopefully bigger and better things, and the Chaos Cup, unlike the NAF Autumn Championship that we first competed in, is a sort of single elimination style tournament. So we're playing an actual true tournament fashion now, to where if you lose a game, then you end up out of the tournament. You don't get to play all the other matches, and then, it gets cut short. So it's definitely a bit more difficult to take risky plays when you play single elimination and you don't want to lose a match, so it'll be a bit more difficult to farm out some of these star player points to certain kinds of actions. And if an injury happens, then it does end up being pretty bad, because having someone miss our next game, for example, as an injury, could end up being bad, because then it could end up costing us our next game in the tournament, because we won't have something like, say, other games to fall back on to still place really well in a competition. So things are a bit more difficult when it's single elimination, and also I believe that in every match there won't ever be a draw. You'll just go straight to overtime, and I think that ends up adding one additional half to the amount of play that you have. I don't think it's sudden death in Blood Bowl. It just adds an additional half of play to the game. So we may end up seeing overtime for the very first time in this Chaos Cup tournament. And our Lizardman team has been performing pretty well, and last match we did end up getting some badly hurt type injuries, but nothing that was bad, and so we were able to come away relatively unscathed in the last match. And usually our Skink might go down sometimes with an injury, and if they do, well, it's going to happen since they're stunty and they only have armor value 7. But we've been able to escape the debilitating injuries with the Skink. So mostly it's just a matter of we've been trying to avoid injuries as well on our bigger guys. They get thrown around a little bit. Usually they'll get ganged up on at some point, and they might end up getting knocked down just due to some timely blocks. And so since they get knocked down more often, some of them are bound to get hurt at some point, and we've been unlucky on some of the injury rolls. We've lost 2 Sauruses that we've had to replace at some point. And so hopefully we're going to go ahead and keep things on track. Zlat of the Moon ended up doing well last match, and he stuck around for more than one match at least, so hopefully he will remain on the roster until we've really done what we set out to do, which is, I think, win the Blood Bowl Championship with this team in the long run. Now, the next team that we play is going to be similar to the one that we played last episode. It's a Bretonnian team. And again, in my opinion, it's not a very good team. They don't really have much of an identity as a team. They have very good blitzers, and then outside of that, they just don't have a whole lot going on for them that's anything special. They're decently mobile, but not very mobile. They don't have anyone with lower than 3 strength, but they don't have anyone with higher than 3 strength. Their armor value isn't terrible. They have much of their players have 8 armor value, but they aren't like a terribly good bashing team. They have blitzers with block, which makes them quite good, and then after that they don't really have any major bashing type skills, I guess you could say. And then all their blitzers have catch, which would normally be decent, but since they don't have anyone with throwing skills, it kind of makes taking advantage of that kind of difficult. See, so they have one player with fend and tackle with a lineman. They have a lineman with block. And then they have a blocker with guard. And all of their blockers come complete with wrestle instead of block. So wrestle and block are kind of mutually exclusive skills. And so because of that, their blockers cannot get the block skill. They're stuck with the wrestle skill. So even if you don't want wrestle, you're just forced to have it on your blockers. Now wrestle can be good if you're going up against the ball carrier and you want to jar the ball loose from a ball carrier and force them down. But you're not going to get as many injuries with wrestle because both players go down. So it doesn't force injury rolls to my understanding. I think it only works for both down effects. Or both down with block, I think, can force injuries. But wrestle, I think, takes both players to the ground, and I don't think that either of them makes an injury roll in that. I could double check the text here to confirm or not. Yeah, it says do not make an armor roll. So basically, wrestle is not going to force injuries as much, which is why block is usually considered better. The only case where wrestle ends up being better is if you're going after a ball carrier who has block and you want an extra option to be able to take them down. Then having wrestle gives you one extra option of being able to down a ball carrier and then jar the ball loose. And then fend that the linemen have, it's decent, but because their linemen aren't anything special, fend is basically just for keeping you from following up on blocks and creating a lane, and sometimes it prevents you from being able to foul players as well. So if you like to foul a lot, then you can't really foul these guys as well because fend prevents you from following up on a block. But again, since the linemen aren't anything special, and sometimes I might also not follow up on a block anyway to prevent them from getting a free block on their next turn. Fend is kind of a love it or hate it type skill. It can be really good if you have someone with a super high strength, like a 5 strength player, to prevent them from being followed up on. But, you know, it's not as good on a little putsy lineman that has only 3 strength and isn't doing a whole lot for you. So let's go ahead and start the match. There weren't any notable levels up from last time that we played. We got one of our skink sidestep, and then we ended up getting another skink. It was one of the sure-footing skill, I believe it was. And so they're getting a star player and a halfling master chef, so they're going to try and go for a rerolling type strategy. Try and get their rerolls up and our rerolls down, but you know what, we're pretty good even without the rerolls because we have dodge on our skink for the built-in dodge rerolls. So really the main reason that we use our rerolls is usually for making passing attempts, and if we get really unlucky on a block we might use it, but usually we reroll passing attempts most of the time for our skink. But they get the built-in dodge rerolls, and our big men usually have good blocks no matter what. This might have been the same star player that the previous Bretonnian team that we played also selected. So it's a bit of an odd choice. I think it's the exact same player. So there's our sea of red lizardmen in all their burly and agile glory, and all these spiked shoulder pads. And then their team, the Crusaders. Again, Bretonnians, I mean, they're not very impressive to me personally, at least as far as my opinion goes. Good blitzers, but otherwise they're just very mediocre, not really great at anything. No real team identity. And I think that is the same player that the previous Bretonnian team selected for their star player. And so we are going to defend, as usual. So they gain 1 reroll, we lose 1, that's okay, we still have 2 of them. Let's see, this is, I believe it is, yep, the exact same puzzling choice of a star player. He has lots of situational skills that aren't really even all that good for them. They aren't really a passing team. Kick is situational, and you only want that on one player, like a lineman. That's not too valuable to you. So yeah, that's a bit of an odd use of star players to choose for your inducement options and petty cash. So I think like last time, we're going to leave those 2 guys out of the game And we're going to leave some of these other players in unless there's anything I want to change. Let's see, what was your skill that you got again? Yeah, you're the one with Sure Feet. Yeah, so Sure Feet I think will be useful here because it'll allow us to more likely go for going for it to help set them up in a blitz or to set up an assist down the field maybe. So having them in the game's good. Having him in the game's good because if we score a touchdown we can get him a level up and give him the catch skill, which would be great for him. And you can level up. And you have sidestep, so I might put you out on the edges here and have you more at risk of getting blitzed than another more valuable skink that we have. You don't have sidestep yet, so I'm not putting you out on the sidelines just yet. And then you have guard. Now again, it's a bit risky having your valuable players in the middle, but having guard is just way too good to not take advantage of it, so I'm doing that. We'll save this as our main defensive setup now. And we'll go with this from now on, as long as no one gets injured. Which is bound to happen, but you know, we have 2 replacement players to go in on offense if we take an offense or another kickoff. So having substitutes has its perks. And I think all of our players, except for our bashing players, have at least 5-star player points, so everyone has some value even as a reserve player. So blitz, we get the blitz. That's very nice, and so we can react also a bit to where the ball is going to land and how their players are set up. We might even be able to get a skink directly under the ball. You can make one going for it and get under the ball if we make a blitz on him. And even just pushing him in this direction would allow us to get under the ball with a skink. Their star player is going to be right next to it, but if we can get a bit of a surround on him, then we can try and make things worth our while here. The big problem is that if we get a skink under the ball, then they're just going to surround him and really beat the crap out of him. So we need to kind of get our own surround on the ball to prevent them from just blitzing the ball carrier here. So the key is, who do I want to blitz with? I think we want you to blitz. And I think it's going to be a 2-die blitz no matter what I do. So I think we're going to just blitz first. And we're going to move based on how this thing goes. I guess maybe for the sake of argument, we'll just go ahead and move... I guess if we can move you over here and tie him up and provide an assist over here. Then moving him in there means that it's going to be difficult for them to control the middle. And then we want to blitz from over here and get him away from the ball. Maybe we can move him down here next to the big man. Tie him up even more. And we can use a reroll if we need to on this. Alright, a push is fine. We can't follow it up, but we weren't going to anyway. So now the big man has that lineman tied up. And then I want to get you over here. So it's going to be a difficult block for their star player to make. And then we want to get players next to the ball here. Maybe getting you just on top of the blitzer and forcing a block right there is probably better. And then we want to move these guys first before moving them, so we can open up a lane for them to move. And then let's move you over here. Oh, we have to make a going for it if we're going to move over there. So maybe we just move right there. Now, who do we want to move under the ball? That is the question. I guess we have to move you under the ball. And we get a going for it reroll here and a built-in dodge reroll, so I'm willing to take this. Alright, Let's do it. Make the dodge reroll, and we make the going for it reroll. Or the going for it roll. Let's just get you over there. And we just need to move. I don't care if I'm going for it, I just need to move my players with the time running out. And he catches it. So they can get a blitz on him, but even if they blitz him, the ball is still likely to roll into a decent position. I could have moved him up there to tie up this guy right here, but there's only so much I could do in the time allotted. I assume that they're going to block him with a 2-die block. And they only get a push. And since we have sidestep, we can decide to basically try and... It might even be better to sidestep over here. Let's just go this way. Never mind, he chose the direction. I didn't choose soon enough. Don't worry, I'm just being an idiot. And they get a POW, but we get to sidestep this time. I think we want to sidestep more towards this direction where we have many skink to get the ball. Okay, and so we can score if we pick up the ball successfully, I believe. We have movement, speed with him. We'll pick you up first. I say pick up, but it says stand up, but picking him up is just basically similar meaning there. And then in the middle here, we have 2-die blocks with our guard player that can do a lot for us. We can also get an assist over here, but I don't think it's needed because they're 4 strength anyway. Let's go ahead and tie you up in case things go poorly. So we'll tie them up. And I just have to decide how many blocks I want to make before doing anything. Let's just go ahead and get you... Let's just get you on the... Well, I can't go there because... I can't go there because then it's not an option to run through. So let's just get you next to the ball, cover the backside here. And then... I guess I might blitz their star player first. And then I can try and knock him out of the game. Since this would be a 2-die blitz. So let's see if we can knock him out. And then I can re-roll this if needed. Alright, so we do get the POW at least. We lose our re-roll, but again, that's okay. And then we're going to move him... I guess let's just move him over here. And then we'll stay. Oh, and we get an injury. Only a stun. Okay. Well, that's okay. And then, since he's stunned, I think we'll go ahead and move you... I guess we want to help out our skink friend here. And let's move you... Well, I guess moving over here might still be better. Just getting him in there. And so, since we used our reroll already, I don't think I want to do anything but just pick up the ball and try and score here. Because you do have the extra movement, you can score, and I want you to get you leveled up. So let's just do this now. And not worry about it. Alright, so we fumbled it, but our skink have a chance at it. Okay, so we don't get it, but we have all of them tied up down there. We have a big man on the ball. There's not much that they can do here. And we'll sidestep onto the ball. Come on, someone needs to catch it. Alright, so that's a pretty good spot for us. We can still get the ball there. They'll probably just... I thought they would try and push, but I guess they don't want to open a lane for the ball here so far. Oh man, that sucks. They get the 1-die block just like they wanted. And we still have a chance to score here. And they fail to dodge, so... Okay, so they make a reasonably difficult dodge. They do pick it up, but we can blitz him just as well. We have dodge, so they're not going to be doing much to us here. And we get sidestep. So let's sidestep you over there. Yeah, they made a risky dodge. They burned a reroll on that. Let's just go ahead and get you over here, I guess. He's KO'd, so I guess it's irrelevant, but KO is okay-ish. Don't use an apothecary on KOs. It's a bad idea. Like, the only time you'd ever use an apothecary on a KO is if you have, like, a wandering apothecary as an extra one, and maybe you're getting ready to score, and so you get some more chances to get your KO'd player back in the game. Like, I don't know, like, how you'd try and use an apothecary on a KO, but could blitz with you, and I think it would still be a 2-die. Let's pick you up first and take care of the assisting stuff going on. So if we blitz you here, we can get a 2-die, and that's all well and good. And then we have a few skink over here that can get the ball. I could also try getting some assists in there first. I don't think I'm going to be able to get enough assisting for the 3-die blocks, so let's just do the blitz here and see how this goes first. A push is okay, I guess. We can get enough assists, I think, with this skink to still possibly knock him down. So let's go ahead and I guess getting you right here is probably good. And with 2 assists, I think that should be enough for a 2-die. No, we still need one more. Okay, so this is a bit difficult. If I move him, then I can move you through to get an assist. So we can get in with a push against you. That would be enough, I think. Pal is good too. No injury, but we free up our Lizardman here to go ahead and get another assist. I'll just do this before doing any of the blocks because I want to be able to pick up the ball first and foremost. Alright, so let's do this block now. We get the POW, and we move him here where our skink should be able to pick it up. And we will follow in case we need a skink next to the ball here. Alright, so we can pick it up from over there. And we probably can score. Now might be a time where we might want to get in some blocks here before the pickup. But I think I want my die reroll for the pickup, so let's do this time. We have dodge for the dodge reroll. Let's use it. Come on, you can do it. No! Come on! Come on, you guys! I got you these built-in rerolls so you can make those plays. A 1 and a 2. Well, it happens. Well, at least they're only getting pushes up here, and we're sidestepping our way to just keeping these guys occupied. The star player's not going anywhere, so let's just move you right there. We just want to keep these guys occupied as much as possible. So block means that he's probably not moving to try and dodge out. And we do want to use sidestep. We just want players to be next to the ball, mostly. And we have a nice big surround on this guy right here. Both down. I guess it's good since he has block. Yep, he's a blitzer, so he has block. And they fumble the pickup, and they'll probably use a reroll on that, and they're not going to be successful. Oh, that's perfect. So I'm just going to try and take that dude down so I don't even have to dodge to score. Because I'm tired of dodging and missing on it. Stand, pick people back up here. Stand up, here we go. So all we need to do is just find a way to knock this dude down. Even a push, I mean a push would be bad, but we do have a 2-die block there. So it's kind of risky, but we have one reroll. If we need to knock him down, we'll try and knock him down. We'll just have to push him then. And then what I can do is follow here. And then I can make a block here, then I can move him, but I don't know. We can make a blitz with him. I think we should just maybe start making some blocks here first and just try and get some of these guys down. Let's try going for you first. Alright. I mean, we're a bashing team. Let's just try and get some of these dudes down. We'll follow, and then we have a 2-die block over here. So now we can get you a block here. Oh, what? It's only one? Oh, this guy's not getting the assist. My bad. Okay, so then we can free up a Lizardman here if we get this block. Okay, we do get it. And I think we want you to go... Well, I guess this way's not bad. We can still run around him easy enough. And we'll follow this one. Injury? Yes! Finally, got the big man leveled up. Missed next game, too. That's pretty bad for them, but if they get knocked out of the tournament, then I guess it's not too relevant for them. But good for us that we finally got that level up, and now we can blitz with him instead, which is much better. We could provide an assist over on this guy too, but I think we just really want to blitz with a big man here and get him out of the way. We really need to get him taken care of, so let's blitz with the big man here. Oh, okay. Well, he's a blocker and he has both down, so this might be wrestle. Never mind, it's not wrestle. I thought that wrestle would activate, but I guess it's only when they're making the block. But we did stun him, and he's no longer on the ball. So I was assuming that wrestle might work differently there, but they make some risky dodges. They fail to pick up, and they might re-roll it. They do get it this time, but now they're going to get surrounded by lizard dudes. Stay on the ball here. They used up their blitz already. They're just getting pushes with a sidestepping player. And we'll move you over here. Keep him next to the ball carrier. There's not much they can do now. And we sidestep you around to make yourself a big nuisance. Now let's do it over here so we can easily dodge out and maybe just get you a score. All I had to do was succeed on a dodge or two and I would have scored long ago, but it happens. We're going to move you right here so that way you can provide an assist on a block on this guy if we want to. So the big man has these guys tied down and there's not much that they can do about that because they are not dodging out as linemen. So I could go ahead and just stand him up to get an assist. Usually I would probably want to try and blitz their guy with the ball here. So let's go ahead and stand you up then. We won't blitz with you. But you have guards, so that's very good to have around. And then this is still only a 2-die. But this would also be a 2-die. We can just get some players close to the ball carrier, I guess, would be good as well. And maybe we could blitz with a Skink, I'm not quite certain. I don't know if we can get a 2-die block with him, but let's see what we can do here. Come on, I'm clicking. Alright, so we get the block on him. He does not have dodge. And we do want to follow up on this, I think. Yeah, the ball carrier is more important. Let's get him in there. We could have provided an assist for a block on him, but I think that getting to the ball carrier is more important here. So we can possibly clear a lane in here for a Skink, so let's do this. And then the Skink can potentially blitz on their ball carrier. I think we will follow this up. And then if we move here, we get an assist. I think we just want to go ahead and pick you up to provide an assist. I think we need to just block the ball carrier here. And then we can basically dodge out of here and then get an assist. Come on, you guys. You can do it. Okay, thank God for that one. So now we should have a 2-die block on him, since they're occupied, and then we have 2 Skinks that we could do like a blitz of some kind. So let's do this since this is more important. We want to get him off of the ball. Alright, we get him down. And where do we want to go? Dropping it right here is probably a lot better. If he drops the ball over there, then we could potentially pick it up. Now we're going to stay. No, it lands right there. Okay. No. Okay. Then I think what we want to do is just... This is tough. We can't really get in there now without making a bunch of dodges. Like, we can do a 1-die blitz. I mean, it's worth trying. He's not a highly valuable player if this doesn't work, so... Okay, so let's get him out of the picture. We're going to stay. And then we'll get you into a sort of scoring position, I guess, maybe for next turn. And then we'll try and get someone on the ball here. We'll dodge this one first, and if we lose the reroll, then we won't push it. Okay, so we still have the reroll, so let's push it. We do get the pickup, and we're going to get on out of here. And let's get some blocks down here. And both down is a fine result, I guess. Not ideal, because now this lineman can move in, but it's not worth using the reroll on that one. So they can move a lineman over, but other than that, they have to dodge out with only 1 reroll left. So, and these guys are all down, so they can't really do much other than blitz. I assume that they're not going to try and dodge them out. They could dodge the star player out, but he would be dodging into a bunch of tackle zones. Okay, so he has block, but the ball is likely going into a spot where we can pick it up. Yep, so that's fine. And then we're just going to move you over here so we can block this dude, hopefully. So they're just pushing and pushing. So we're just going to stand you back up then. It is a bit complicated trying to get this guy out of the way. And obviously dodging would be a lot to ask. We could still potentially make a block against him, but if we can do a series of blocks, we might be able to get a Skink over there to assist. So we can maybe block down here and maybe try and create a lane of some kind. Let's take care of the star player first, though. Might be able to push someone onto the ball, too, for lucky. That's the only place we can push him. And we'll follow up on this one. And then maybe we can push... Oh, what? Oh, he has 2 assists. Oh, because he has guard, I think. Yeah. Okay, so blocking him directly then is a lot better first. Okay, so we were able to get him down. No more guard. And we'll follow this one as well. And then let's follow up on doing this attack. Okay. And then we want to move you onto the ball, I believe. And let's follow up on this one. Not likely that they're going to catch it. I'm not going to re-roll that. I'm not going to re-roll anything that's really difficult to catch. Okay, that's not ideal, but we can still block him. I think what we can do is we can blitz with him. And then get people on the ball. I don't know. We have a block that we can make here, so... We only need... We need 2 dodges to get in there, so let's do this dodge first. Oh, damn it. Well, I don't think I can chance that now. What about getting you out? Okay. Well, I can't chance moving them now. Maybe I can get you down for an assist? I believe we can. Yes, we can. And then we can go ahead and blitz you. And then after the blitz, we can move you over. I think we might have enough movement to do it. Let's see if we can do it. Alright, so it pushes enough. We can't follow it up anyways. But you don't have guard. We need to get into a spot where they don't have an adjacent player. I'm okay. You know what? I'm okay doing this. It's worth the risk. We need another assist on them. Ah. Well, let's re-roll it then. We want to block him very badly. Oh, double 1. Oh, come on. And he's KO'd. That's just insult to injury. We really should be doing a lot better in this match than we are. Their blocker is not likely to do well at dodging out, but they might try it anyway. Like, we really needed an assist there, and we just didn't get it. Let's dodge. You're the movement player, so no sidestep, but that's okay. Again, they may try and dodge out here, but... And just a push. You do have sidestep, so we're going to make it difficult on them to move. So yeah, their dodging would be incredibly difficult, so they can't move him out of there now. They should have done that. They had to do that first thing if they wanted to try it, while they had their reroll. We can still score, but it's going to be more difficult now. And dodging with sidestep. I think we just want to move you right here, since the ball carrier is the one blocking him. So yeah, I mean, the team isn't giving us too much trouble. It's just we're not rolling all that well. We have not been able to pick up the ball that well, and when we did, we weren't able to dodge out for a score with a built-in reroll. So, been a bit difficult, but sometimes that's the way that Blood Bowl goes. I think we need him to make a block, and we need to get some assists on there. So the question is how to do that. Well, we can't make a block there. Not really, I guess, because they have guard players in there. One guard player. So one guard player makes that a bit difficult. You're our guard player, so I don't know if we can get you over there, though, so... So, maybe that block would be good. Or maybe we can get their guard player down on the ground. That's only a 1-die block. Okay, so let's just try and make some blocks here then, if we can't do a whole lot. I can do a blitz to get into assist range for the block on the ball carrier. And let's follow this block up. And then, can you do a block on anyone to any effectiveness? Not really. You, however, should be able to. Alright, so let's do this. Oh. Okay, so that's a bit of a problem now. They can blitz at the ball carrier, get a 2-die blitz, and then run after the blitz. That would be the smart thing. The AI is not likely to do it, but they could do it. And we are just going to... Okay, so he doesn't have sidestep yet. It would still be difficult. It would still be difficult for them to dodge out their player here, but... Alright, so... Sidestepper's also KO'd. We've gotten kind of unlucky here. That's still a 2-die no matter what, so it's kind of irrelevant that they have an assist there. I think they would need at least one more assist to get a 3-dice block with the ball carrier. But now they free up the big man to make a blitz on the ball carrier, so... Oh, excuse me, had a bit of gas there for a second. And only a push with the ball carrier. Or, yep, they're blocking that direction, so they're trying to get caged up, I guess. But that's kind of irrelevant, because I still have a blitz on him and a block on him for 2-die. Finally forced to use their last reroll, at least. So I guess the question is, how do we score here? We have 2 turns to do it. Might have to leave you on the ground because you can't really offer much right now. We'll definitely stand you up, and give me a moment to think here. So in order for a skink to get the ball here, we have to dodge out no matter what. But regardless, I think the play that needs to be made is blitzing here. And if we don't get this, then we have to make a block with him. So let's just go and do this. We want to get the ball out of their hands first. I'm going to have to take this, so that's not much else I can do. Sadly, they can almost freely pick up the ball here. That's the bad thing. We have players that are on the ground and then players that are KO'd, so not much that we can do right now. We may not be able to score like we wanted to. They already used their blitz, which is kind of puzzling to me. And they knock him down, which frees up a lot of players, so they can't score. We were going to see if we could try and score, but now it might not be possible. At most, we might be able to complete a pass, maybe. If he could get the ball somehow and complete a pass. I guess I don't know if it's even possible for anyone to score. We have the +1 movement guy that would have to stand up and go for it, I think, to get into the end zone. And they only get a push. Let's sidestep on the ball and maybe we can get an advantageous bounce of the ball. Oh, perfect. That's the only spot that would have been good for us. Like, literally the only spot where we could do any chance of doing anything was that square right there. Alright, so there's not much we can do here. You're knocked down. So if he goes for it and dodges out, he could get in the end zone. We could pick it up and do something. You don't have enough movement. I think we're just going to have to do this. If we lose the dodge reroll, we might have to accept that we can't do that. If we... You know what? It might be worth it to still try it. Okay, good. We got it. Moment of truth. Let's see if we get the going for it's here. And we probably should have gone this direction to get closer to a pass, but... Alright, so we do manage to get those. Then we need to dodge out and try and pick up the ball here. Come on, at least make the dodge. We didn't get the ball, so it's all irrelevant. I was going to try and see if I could go around here and make a pass to him somehow, but... Again, it's all irrelevant. He didn't pick up the ball, so... We did prevent them from scoring, but we honestly should have scored there. We just had some bad dice rolls that were really kicking us in the teeth, like really hard, and our players just did not want to pick up the ball there. It was kind of a shit show for us, honestly. So we really wanted to be able to do better than that last time, so... So yeah, one of the players that we would normally want in here is not going to be in the game. You're the one with sure feet. That's actually a bit of a problem, but you know what? We'll just have to make do here. Oh, we only have one KO in there, so we just have to decide who we're going to take off here. Because I want the chance of getting him leveled up here. What do you have? You have diving tackle, I think it was. Yeah, so we'll take you off for him. You do have sidestep, but I want to get all of my skink at least one level up. You've already leveled up, so you throwing a pass would get you a level up. And then we want our movement player in here. There's star players over there, so we will just try and avoid him. And we're just going to try and duke the crap out of these guys, I hope. We just want to make as many blocks against them as we can and maybe block down this direction. So maybe getting you over there is going to end up being better for that. And then maybe just keeping you over here for a tackle zone is going to be worthwhile. And then maybe we can put you over there instead. And then you as some support, just in case. Alright, I think this is reasonably good for us. We have our catcher over there. And we have... maybe having someone that can pick up the ball and throw it from him, for him too, would be good. So let's get you back over there in case the ball goes this direction. Then we can throw it to the player that has catch. I just want to go the right direction, or to the right. I don't know if they're going to change up here at all. They don't do much. Oh, well, doggone it. That was really bad. I mean, we can still blitz him, of course, but, like, that's really bad. So we can at least get you over here for an assist on a blitz. We just need to get him off the ball at all costs. We cannot afford to allow him to stay there. Let's at least get you on the ball. We're going to have to accept that we can't throw a pass with you. I just need people next to the ball in all these spots I can get, so that way if the ball bounces, we can possibly have someone have it land in their lap. And then throwing a pass in this direction will probably be best, and we probably want to try and do that. So let's go ahead and get you over here then to try and block things off. And then you, what can you do? Your catch, so we'll keep you around here. And then I think we want you to get over here with a tackle zone, as well as being an assist. And then we can blitz you, and then put you on the ball, and then try and get back to... Oh, we can't throw it, though, if we blitz him. That's the problem. We have to blitz someone else. Yeah, it's a very precarious spot, and we can't free up anyone on the line to be able to blitz that way. Honestly, I probably should have tried blitzing him first, so that way I could throw the pass, but I might not have much of a choice here. Might just have to accept that I have to just kind of cage around here. So let's move you over here then. I mean, the left side can be potentially wide open here, but let's see if we can make this happen first. Excellent. Let's just get him over there and stay. And moment of truth, let's try and pick up the ball here. At least he did that. And I'm pretty sure that I can't throw a pass here. Yeah, because I already took the blitz action. Okay. And now it's time to make some blocks over here. I don't know where their guard player's at. He's on the right side, so we'll take care of him. Alright, so we knock him down. We want him going that direction. No injury, but a stun. And then we want to attack their guard player and take him out. Push is fine. Let's stay here and make their guard player not able to do much here. You have guards, so let's get you in there too. And let's get him out of the way. No injury, but hey, stunning is good. Still better than nothing, so... Is that a 3 die? Yep, so let's take this with the big man. And we get a POW. Nice. KO this time. And then we can move you over towards the ball. Oh, no, I didn't. Game, come on, you gotta tell me these things, okay? It looks green. It looks like I can move there without going for it. And then it alters it because I have to move around this square. Like, come on, game, you gotta tell me these things. You have to account for not taking dodge rules on low agility players when you're moving around. Like, I didn't have much time to try and do that carefully, so I wasn't, yeah. But the game really should tell you that before you even, you know, make the action. It's just... There should be at least a setting built in the settings menu where you can do something like that, because that's really annoying and potentially very costly if you're playing in competitive matches, so... Okay, so that's just both down. Okay, so he does KO him. Again, KOs, they're acceptable, not ideal, at least for keeping players from really terrible injuries. So, but the right side is completely open now. Like, completely open. So you have guard. So I don't know if I can get a 3-die block or not. I think what I can do, however, is make a block over here with 2 assists. It's on a blocker, but I can free up a Skink this way if I do this. If I make a block, I can push him over there at the very least and free up another Skink. Before we do anything else, let's move you out here. Cage you up nice and good. Coddle you up. Then we have the catch player over there. We're not going to throw it this turn because we really just want to make certain that we are going to get players over here. Let's get you over here. If you're boneheaded, then whatever, but it's preferable. And then let's go ahead and get you going with a blitz. No, not from that direction. I want you going from this direction. So even a push would be nice here. I can push him inward somewhere. Alright, that's even better. And we want him going this direction. And again, no injury, but getting stuns is a very good start. I think we want to make this block first. We'll move our catch player into a scoring position. So next turn, he can definitely score if we get things going good over here. Let's do this. I'm trying to block here. Why isn't it doing anything? Okay, so let's do this. Even a push is fine. We at least can move him there. And we will stay. And we free up a Skink to move. I don't know if can we get a 3-die block of an assist? I don't think so, but we're not going to go for it anyway. Let's just move you over there. And then before we do anything else, we can make a series of blocks on this guy. So we have a bit of a wall going here. Excellent. And I think following up on, well, maybe staying is better, just making tackle zones works better here. And then really we just want to make several lines of defense here that they have to go through before they can even get to the ball carrier. Like, they kind of overcommitted here without having at least one player that's out over here. So now they really are going to have to worry about even being able to get over here. I think preventing them from getting to the catcher is also good. So we have one guy that's pretty close to the ball. We have a wall set up here that they're not going to easily dodge through, even with all their rerolls. So, and most of the players that are close to the ball are knocked down, so they're not really going to be able to accomplish much this turn. Yeah, so they can't really get in here and get past this sort of line of Lizardmen. The Great Wall of Lizardmen is kind of preventing them from doing anything right now. I guess they're getting down here, so that way maybe if I fail with a pass or if I do something poorly, then maybe they can get on the ball next turn. Does this guy not have much movement? He has 7 movement. Yes. I mean, it is a 3-die blitz, but it's really well out of the way. And he's only stunned, so they don't even get an injury on a valuable player there. I've been wanting to level him up, but sadly my last attempt at that in the first half didn't work out so well. So you scoring would get you a level up, but you do not have catch for catching the ball. Let's just... Oh no, we don't want you to go there. Why? Oh, it's because we have to step over to the side. Well, I'm okay with this too. And then... if you can make a block on him, then we can open up this entire lane. The question is, who do we blitz with? And I think we want to blitz the blitzer up over there, if we do. So now we want to... I think we want to get you up over here. We don't want to re-roll Bonehead. So sadly his tackle zone is no longer there, but we do have the area still covered. So I think what we want to do now then is put you up there, move the wall up here. And the Bonehead was pretty bad, but at least we didn't use our blitz on him for that. And so we do want to get our guard player in on the action. I think we just want to make the splits though first. And then we blitz the blitzer. Even a push would be good for us, I think. We have a reroll we can use on the block if we need to, but we don't. And we want him going over there. And we will follow up on this block. Oh, very good. So we just have a wall established up there. Now the question is, we need to be able to get one of our Lizardmen free so we can complete the wall. Alright, nice. Injury? No, not yet. I've been hoping for some more injuries, but haven't gotten them just yet. And then let's just keep you... let's keep you over here. I don't know, maybe right here is actually better because of the Bonehead. We have some players up there, so now we have more than one player that's down over there. I don't want to dodge. I might do that last. Well, if I complete the pass, though, I score a touchdown, so... we'll just keep you down there, then. We're not going to play around with dodging out of there. So if I pass, I think I want to pass just from here. And then the ball is still well protected, and it should not go out of bounds, I think, if we pass from this direction. So if he misses the pass, somehow it shouldn't go out of bounds. And it's just a quick pass. I think he re-rolled the catch. Yep, so we got the catch. Excellent. And we're just going to score here and be happy about it. I fudged around quite a bit with the first half. I don't want to fudge around with the second half, so I just want to make sure I get the score and just not worry about it. Yeah, sometimes you just have to get in there and just score. We could have waited around a bit more and gotten some more blocks in, which, I mean, there's merit to that, and just drawing out the game and scoring at the very end to make sure that they can't score. But we are so good on defense that we're not really concerned about that, honestly. Like, our team is so good on defense that I'm not really worried about my ability to stop them from scoring, so... So our catch player will move over here, keep him out of the way. Your sidestepping diving tackle player. Let's go ahead and put you on the edge then. You have the movement speed, so we don't want you out there. So yeah, the sidesteppers, you go on the edge because you are going to be okay out there. And then I think we just still go with our guard player in the middle. And we want our big man to get a block at some point, so we'll keep him in there too. And I mean, the guard player is also good on defense as well, because he does end up providing an assist on sort of defensive purposes go. So even if there's a player next to him, he's going to provide an assist for your own guys defensively as well. And we get an extra team reroll. It's probably better for us than it is for them, because they don't have very many turns to make use of the rerolls. But yeah, having guard in here on defense means that even though either of these two players can normally tie him up, he still provides an assist if he tries to block my big guy over here, and vice versa for over here, so it makes it difficult for them to get good blocks in the middle. Because at best it would be a one-die block for some of these, but with guard it makes it impossible for them to get anything good going in there. You'd basically need a 5-strength player with 1 assist to get like a 2-die block in the middle here. And only some teams don't have that, like the Bretonnians. So either going for the 2 reds dice there, so it's like we pick the worst result and it's a very risky block. And they didn't even get a very good result on that, so... Both, something like self-down, like the skulls, or both down, obviously would have been better there, but... and we're going to move you right here, so that way you can provide an assist. So now we might be able to get a 3-die block on the guy that just blitzed. So they have a bit of a good play here. They have a wall in front and then some guys on the sides kind of protecting their ball carrier. But if we deal with him, then we can blitz him and get guys on the ball that way. You can't make a good block because you have 3 guys on you. So what I think I'm going to do is I could also go ahead and blitz you over there. Can I? No, I can't. I'd have to make 2 going for it because I can't dodge through him. So if I move you over here and get in there, can I get a 3-die block on him? I can. Alright, so I need to decide what I'm going to do first. I think we want the guard player to stay there, so let's block with you first. And we have a reroll for this one. Okay, so we get this block. And we knock him out cold here with the stun. And then we can go ahead and blitz with you. And I think the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to blitz here, not follow, then run around to surround the ball carrier. It is a bit risky because then they might be able to plow through for a score, but... And then we'll move you away. And we will stay. And then we can get you right here in a spot that's going to be difficult for them to deal with. And then let's go ahead and get the Skink on him first. I think you will go... Oh, you don't have sidestep. But you have the movement speed boost too, so we'd rather risk you than our movement speed person. We do not want our movement speed guy getting hurt now. What about here, though? Do I want to go for it, or do I want to make a dodge to get there? I think I'll just make a dodge. I think the built-in reroll kind of makes this worth it. Well, this is a decent defense already, so let's go for the 3-die block first, since this is more likely to work. I'm not going to reroll Bonehead, sadly. But I still do have a 2-die block with my Skink being here. So let's just do this with the catch guy. Maybe we can just move you... No, we can't do that. Right there would be good, though. Let's tie up the Blitzer there. Then we'll block with the catch guy. Excellent. Let's move him away. And we're not going to follow. And then we can move you around for some defense. So we have some backliners over there. And then we just want to keep several players on the ball. I think this is a good setup for us. If they decide to turn in this way, then that's actually not bad for us. We have Lizardman over here taking care of it. So I just want players over here, keeping them from going to the sidelines. And then it's going to be difficult to get... Like, it's a 2-die block on him right now. I don't think they can get another assist in there, unless they have a guard player that I'm unaware of. So you have guard, but it's still only a 2-die block on him right now. So do this one. It's only a push, though. It does get one player off the ball, but we still have 2 players on the ball. And we have some Skink in scoring position if we do get the ball. So that's a 2-die block. They do get it, though. So now you're not really in... Well, I guess you have the movement speed boost, so you're still kind of in scoring position. And so they can potentially run down the middle here, but then they're not going to be able to protect their ball carrier. They could run through their star player, then run through the ball carrier, but even then it'd be difficult. And dodging is difficult to deal with. And he double fails. Use this team reroll for that too. That's not exactly an ideal spot for us, but we can still potentially pick it up. So how do I want to do this then? I can make a 2-die block with you on him. I think you getting a block in here too could be good just to get rid of Bonehead. And you can potentially get... I don't think we can get much better than that. So, I guess the question is if we get the ball, are we going to be able to get in a position to maybe throw it to somebody who can score? And you can score this turn. You can't score, however, so I think maybe what we want to do is we want to just get you in for an assist on a blitz, perhaps. I think right here would still be good enough. He does not have sidestep, but we are in a decently good position blocking-wise, just not picking up the ball-wise. think we just need to make some blocks on the ball here. I hope we get some good results. Okay, so that's a start. We do get rid of the guard player as well. And we will follow up on that. See, you're not the one that has guard, but that's okay. So do we have anyone over here? You have catch, but you're all the way over there. So I think the option to score is to make a block, get him off. And then we can open up a lane, a throwing lane, to throw the pass to him without having a player next to him. And then we can go ahead and blitz on him if we do that. I think we need to make this block first and make it work. And we'll keep players next to the ball if this doesn't work either way. So we need to free this area up here. Alright, pushing. Not the best, not the worst. So I could just make a handoff and try and get the score that way. That might be better too. But I need to be able to make a blitz of some kind and get some assists in there. So I think now I'm going to have to make some quick blocks here and stop dallying around. I gotta make some quick decisions. We'll stay. Let's get you to assist. Let's get you to do a blitz down there. It's not a very good one. Dodge. Come on, you guys. And he's injured on top of it. Lovely. No long-term effect, though. But we do have 3 players on the ball here. We have one Skink that's possibly in scoring position, should they choose not to blitz him. We have a bit of a screen going on over here, so it's hard for them to get more players over there. We have 2 big guys on the ball. That's a questionable blitz. I would have blitzed him, if anything. And they get it both down on the first roll. And then they only get a move. So... yeah, if it were me, I'd move him over here and then free up the blitzer again for an assist, but... unfortunately, one downside of this game is that the AI is not always the smartest in their decision making. Anything that they would do, a player normally would not do, or they would just make a slightly different decision. Like for this purpose, I understand that they just wanted to get a 2-die block on him, but it probably would have been better to move him down for an assist, and then they could possibly make a block on him to get him off the ball, just with a push. But that's just me, so... now you're in a dangerous spot. We might need to get you out of there or score this turn. I do not want him to get surfed. My movement speed player is very integral to my plans. And you have guard, so I definitely want you to get in there. But the problem is I have to dodge to get him fully in there. Like, I can get an assist on him, but that doesn't really help too much. If I could get an assist right there, though, then that would possibly open up a 3-die block. This is kind of tough. Let's just get you over there. Let's just get you somewhere close to the ball. And we need to get these 2 guys off. So we make this one. It's only 1 die. You could provide an assist. Maybe? I don't know. This is really tough. I mean, we could blitz with a Skink. That might be what we need to do, but... so... how about you on him? That's 2, and that's 2. Let's get the star player off the ball and at least make it difficult for him to pick up the ball. I really can't do a both down here. I really need... Okay, well, that's gonna be a bit of a problem here, but I killed him. I got an injury. I do believe that gives us star player points. I don't know if that removes him from being able to be picked up by anybody else, but we get the star player points on our big man, so, I mean, that's good, right? Silver lining. I mean, I did the reroll there just because there are not very many turns left, so we just needed to use our rerolls on something, even though he has Loner. So let's hope this is not a bad injury. I think we can afford for him to miss the next game. We do have some reserves, and we have other players that can still do pretty well. So yeah, missing next game, that's definitely not ideal in a tournament setting where it's one loss and you're out. But we can at least live with that, because we have plenty of other Skink that can fill in and do similarly well, that have sidestep and these other skills, so... Okay, so... I think we want to get you blocking him at the very least. Let's do this and not dink around if anything else. Okay, so we're able to get him down. We're not going to move him on the ball. And I think we'll follow, so that way we have a guard player next to the ball should anything happen here. So you have, yeah, it would be a bit difficult, but we could also, I don't know, you would have to dodge out there. You have to make 2 dodges to get over there for an assist on a block and freeing up the catch player. Let's do this block first, then see if we can get him away. Both down is just not acceptable here. We really need to re-roll that. Okay, at least to get this going, we have the free dodge re-roll on our Skink, so we don't have to worry about team re-rolls for that. Only stun again. We've gotten some injuries, but not many. We got 1 dead and 1 killed, or 1 dead and 1 killed. 1 dead and 1 injured on their side, but we could potentially free up the catching player with just a push. I mean, we can't really get the ball to him because he's already tied up. And I'm not sure if I can actually blitz him either effectively. You know, let's try and free up the catching player here. 1 die. We just need a push. Okay. That was risky, but all we needed was a push to get him off of our catch player, and that's fine. And then we still have 2 players around the ball here, so we're still in a good spot. Let's see if we can do it. No reroll, but we get it. I don't even know if I want to move away. I just want as many players on the ball as possible. We've already used our reroll this turn, so I don't think I can risk trying to throw the ball. So let's just try and get you in with a tackle zone of some kind. And the player that we're going to have to set up in the scoring position is going to need to be you. And we'll have you set up reasonably close here. You're going to have to make 2 dodges anyway. And we only have one die blocks over there, so... So I do have players around the ball. I think that they do not have a chance to score here. I don't think they're going to be able to score. Because I have two guys on the ball and one has guard, so... blitzing a ball carrier will be difficult here. But, you know, we have dodge, so this is not too relevant here. We have dodge and sidestep. So we're going to move over here. That's the best spot if we want to get him the ball with a pass. Okay, they knock him down, so they'll free up some other guys. Got a knockdown there too, so it is what it is. Alright, so I think I know what I want to do here. Oh, I can't do it because he's standing there, or sitting there. Oh, that's not good. So I think what I need to do here is I need to get a 3-die block on him by just blitzing. I mean, I can score, so I think I want to stand you guys up before doing anything else then. Does risk an injury. They can get a 1-die or 2-die block on them, but I think if I get an assist here, it should be a 3-die block. If I get an assist with him. You also have catch. Well, we're not going to use you anyway, though. I mean, we can blitz with a skink here. That's totally possible. We can free up our guard player so we can make a blitz with a skink. You know what? Let's try that. Actually, let's not risk any dodging here yet. Okay, this works. And we'll stay right here. It's a better position. So what I'm thinking is that I can move... can I get my guard player in there? I don't think I can, not without dodging. Well, let's... Yeah, I'd have to make at least one dodge to get my guard player right there for a skink to blitz from here. I just want to get him out of there. But I can open up a lane right here. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. Let's put the guard player right here. And then we can blitz right there. I could get another assist maybe with him, but... Oh, I can pick up the big man. This might actually work here. We just want an assist, I think. Oh, that's a dodge. We don't want that. We can also blitz with the big man with a 2-die blitz. You know what? This is worth it. We just need to push. We can't reroll this with the team reroll, but we probably didn't want to do that anyway. Alright, so this is actually fine. We want to move out of the way to clear a lane. And then, no matter what happens here, I think we're going to be good. So let's just get some tackle zones up here if we fail the pass. And so we can't lose the game now. Even if we fumble this, then we'll still be in a good spot. They don't have anyone that's even close enough to be able to score here. Yeah, so they can't score. Even if we get a bad fumble around here and a good ball goes out somewhere, we're going to be good. So we have one reroll for the pass, or catch even. Let's see if we can do it. We get it, and we get it. All right, that's wonderful. We're going to win the game. We're going to get Chaqkoet, the latest addition to the team, a level up, and he's going to score. He got MVP in one of our previous matchups, and now he is getting the good nature of getting a touchdown and a touchdown celebration he's been dying to do forever, I'm assuming. But most importantly, we were going to win anyway, but we seal our win. We get a player leveled up, And now all of our skink, I think, have at least one level, I believe. And completing a pass obviously shares the wealth as far as the star player points go, so that's always nice too. And most importantly, we escaped debilitating injuries. We are going to miss Tenqulaticus for our next game, but that's acceptable. It's not ideal in a tournament when you're only one loss away from being out of the tournament, but I don't think that the one movement speed is going to be the difference between winning and losing most of the time. Unless we just need to score desperately. So it's time for the Cowards formation, where we put the least valuable players up front. Because we are not going to be able to return any blocks against them, so the time's now. We want you up there. And I think we want you up here as well. Come on, get up there. I mean, I could put Skink up there, but they would be at a high likelihood of getting injured, so there's not much reason to put him in there. We'll take the guard player out of there, because he's too valuable to us now. It's very difficult to get the big guys leveled up with their blocks, so we really can't afford to lose him. It would really mess up our plans, so... So we'll do all of these things and take care of all this. A little bit time consuming for no reason, but it's okay. We just want to get them out of a position where they're going to be able to be blocked or blitzed. So the only guys that are going to be able to get attacked on this not so worthwhile turn. The turn is pretty meaningless. There's not going to be anything that they can really accomplish other than blocking and blitzing. And that's also pretty irrelevant because there's only one turn left, so getting another reroll at this point doesn't really do much. The only time that would come into play is if you're trying to get a one-turn score of some kind. And to do that, I think you need something like a gutter runner with +1 movement speed and maybe sprint to go for it 3 times. Or you can go for it twice, I think, and maybe get all the way over there. But yeah, you need 12 or 13 movement to be able to get a one-turn score, or doing some weird shenanigans where you push someone with a series of blocks somehow. But usually you can't do the pushing shenanigans on the first turn of a possession. I think usually the... Oh, let's see if we can get an... Oh, let's see if we can get an injury here. Injury? No. Okay. Alright, so that was pretty successful. Even though we were trying to snatch the jaws of defeat from the hands of victory, we were able to get out there with a win and escape terrible injuries. We have a miss next game, but again, that's not all that bad because we have quite a few skink to pick up the slack, and we got really nice winnings there for our treasury. Okay, we have more fan factor, which is obviously good. And Iztacotol got the MVP, and now he's leveled up once again. So we have a very nice catcher here with another level up, and if we're lucky, maybe we can get him a really good roll for his level up this time and get some really good skills going for him. Or maybe we can get +1 agility or +1 movement. That would also be pretty good for him. And then I guess their blocker that ended up getting injured. What's his injury? So the guy that got the MVP is going to miss the next game if they're playing a next game at all. Not in this tournament, granted, but maybe in another competition, since all the teams that the game auto-generated, they will come back and play in other competitions, so you could face them at some point. But, like, you could face a team possibly more than once is what I meant, so they end up in more than one competition that you play in. So they didn't get any, yeah, all the time it seems that the opposing teams are not able to get the ball to our side of the field. I don't know if it's just terrible AI allowing us to get to the ball and force the ball out of their hands before they could get there. I'm assuming that if we were in a different team that was not anywhere near as mobile as us, we couldn't get in our, skink type players for the assists with their 8 movement speed, where they can just dart and dash around everywhere to do that. So they had more. Oh, so we had lots of KOs on us early on in the match, which kind of, has a lot of people off the field, but we were able to get more of the injuries. And so that ended up getting some of our players some much needed star player points here. And Croc Hunter finally leveled up, so that's going to be pretty sweet to get our big man some of the sweet skills. Getting the big man in this team leveled up is very helpful. Now, with our extra money here, we could go for another player to have one extra player for the next match. So that way we still have 2 reserves. But our team value right now is not, or our money in the bank isn't contributing to our team value right now, so we could hold off on that for our next match. Who are we playing next match? Do we need any extra stuff? Oh. We're playing against the Lizardman team, so we're probably going to need all the help we can get in a mirror matchup. Let's see what they got here. So they got a +1 agility skink, which is very good. And then they got someone with sneaky git, so I don't know if they're going to try and do some fouling against us. Fouling is a pretty good tactic to do. They only have 11 players, though. It looks like maybe a player died in their last match that they had, and so that's why the spot's missing a player. So they are heavy on Saurus players, and they have one Saurus player with block, which is going to be a tough matchup for us, but I guess the difference between our 2 teams, though, is that they have only Sauruses. We have our Croc Hunter with their 5 strength that can still get 1 die block or 2 die blocks on their guys. So yeah, we have a Kroxigor and they don't. And so he's been doing pretty well for us. Occasionally the Boneheaded comes into play, and it's hard to re-roll that with Loner, so you can't really, help that much. But it's only a 1 in 6 chance every time they do something, so usually it's not a debilitating thing. Let's go with the big man first and see what we get for our level ups before we decide to do with what to do with our money here. Alright, so it's only an 8, so we just get a strength-based skill. Guard would also be really good on him. Break Tackle would allow him to dodge out for blitzes, but that's probably better on the other players that don't have Boneheaded. So our bashing Lizardmen that don't have Boneheaded are probably better for Break Tackle, since they don't have to worry about Boneheaded screwing up the blitz. And so Break Tackle is good for them to try and get out of the tackle zone. And there's nothing wrong with having more than one player that has Guard. He already has Mighty Blow. Don't think we want piling on because we want people to stay upright. Multiple Block. Yeah, so multiple block could be interesting because as long as we have 1 assist on both blocks, it's a 2-die block. But it does increase the chance that we also get a block that fails, so that's an interesting consideration, especially if we were able to get him lucky enough to get +1 strength. Then multiple block would be 2 guaranteed 2 dice blocks in many cases, and it can free up our other Lizardmen. But I think it's something we'll get later if we're fortunate enough to get a good die roll for a different level up. And that's only for sidestep. Yeah, so if a playing push, I can choose to put them in a certain square, so I can try and manipulate how I push them and also cancel out sidestep, but we haven't gone up against much sidestep so far. It's a very, at least for the AI, it's an uncommon skill to take. Stand firm could be interesting, so he can make sure he doesn't get pushed around anywhere. And it also can prevent like pushbacks from blocking sequences as well. And also stand firm's only optional, so if you want them to get pushed back for whatever reason, then you can choose whether you want to or not want to get pushed back. Strong arm, what's this? The player adds 1 to the d6 when he passes a short, long, or bomb range. Okay. Doesn't affect quick passes, but it does make the short passes much easier, so you don't have to get close to the guy you're trying to throw it to. So that's a good skill for a skink to have if they get... Like, it's going to be very difficult for a skink to get this skill, but if I can get pass and accurate, like, I'd have to get very lucky rolls for it, but it's possible. And it's a consideration on the passing elf teams to get strong arm on a passer if you get a good dice roll for your level up. Juggernaut is for good blitzing, so break tackle and Juggernaut together would be pretty good if you want to turn a strength-based player into a blitzer and dodge them out of one tackle zone to blitz someone else. Yeah, so Juggernaut's the only way to deal with Fend and Stand Firm. And they don't get Wrestle against blocks, so that's also interesting. But I thought that Wrestle is something that would only apply if you were making the block, but apparently they can choose whether to use Wrestle or not, maybe during the match. I guess my assumption was that Wrestle would apply automatically, but maybe they can choose to use Wrestle or not, so they chose to not use it, and then they paid for it when they got stunned or whatever it was. I think that Guard is probably still just the pick here. We already have these two skills, which are very important for a middle player. Grab could also be a consideration just for pushing them into a certain square, but Guard is going to make it difficult to move us away from the middle, and it makes caging very effective too. Alright, so let's go ahead and take Guard on him. It's a very good skill to have. So now we have 2 players of Guard in the front lines. And then, who do I want to level up first? Let's see what you get as your first level up. And if nothing goes well with him, we'll just get him sidestep like we've done with every other skink. But alright, just a regular roll. So I think it's easily sidestep here. We already have some other players that can do other things like diving, tackle, catch, and going with sure feet to try and get in for more going for it. So sidestep is just way too good on the skink, so we can just move them wherever we want majority of the time. So everyone having sidestep means that they're just going to be difficult to control. So someone that wants to try and control the flow of the game and where our players are going, sidestep just makes it difficult to do that. The biggest thing about Tenqulaticus being out for the next game, and yes, I could have used an apothecary on that to try and prevent that, but I just didn't want anything at the last second to get in more... Like, he's very important, but with no debilitating injury, then that's something I just wanted to not chance. I didn't want to chance on my Sauruses getting a really terrible injury that I could have prevented. Alright, now it's time for you to get leveled up, so let's see what you get. Alright, so we're getting lots of normal rolls for our level ups. Ever since we got the movement speed boost, we've just gotten normal rolls for our level ups, which is kind of a bummer. But getting sidestep on our catch player is also going to be good, so let's just do this. Jump up could be a consideration if we wanted to be able to get him up after getting knocked down without using any movement for that, so we could still make him a scoring threat even if he's knocked down. So that way we can stand him up for no movement speed. And then, so we can jump him up, then dodge him out with all his movement speeds to the left. So that's a consideration. We could also get him sure feet to make him a better scoring threat. And then sure feet could combine well if he gets a movement speed boost down the road. I mean, it is possible. There's lots of There's several different ways to roll a 10 for your level up, so it's worth considering going with the going for it strategy and just having a high movement speed to catch it and then go in. Leap could also be a consideration if I got agility boost with him, but because then I could leap over and then score after catching a ball already. You know what? Like, not all of our players need sidestep. It's universally good for our Skink, but I think that going for sure feet also has its merits to allow us to chance the going for it some more. So we have a built-in reroll with dodge, and we have a built-in reroll with going for it with our catch player. Then that can allow us to score more often if we don't want to draw out a possession. So I think we'll go with sure feet with him too, just because it allows a possible extra 2 movement speed per turn, which is a pretty big difference. So again, it's not a sure thing, but having the automatic reroll means that moving just 1 extra square, you have to roll 2 or higher with the free built-in reroll. That makes it, most of the time, a guaranteed extra 1 movement, because rolling a 2 with a reroll is going to be very difficult to roll back-to-back ones. So with the catch player, it's probably better than sidestep. I mean, it makes the sideline more difficult to operate, because then if you get pushed out, then there's nothing you can do about it if you don't have sidestep. But I think the plan is just to be able to get him out of the sideline in the first place. We just have him run past the sideline and then move out of the sideline instead of keeping him over there. And so we open a lane for him, and then he can catch it and go for it and get far downfield or get behind a wall or a cage that we have going. Alright, so I think that's going to do it for today. We know who our next opponent is going to be. It's going to be a mirror matchup, but I think our team is most certainly better. Maybe they've gotten unlucky with some bad injuries, and that's why they don't have many star player points yet. But having a big man with block that will make him difficult to move around, or it's going to make them more able to do it on offense. On defense, it's not going to make much of a difference because it's going to be a bad result for us anyway for both down. But for them on offense, they can use that offensively to make a block, and then their guy doesn't go down, but our guy does. Whereas both down, if we're trying to block him, it's going to be bad for us either way, so it doesn't make much of a difference there. It's a turnover. And then +1 agility is their big die roll of the game so far. So agility is probably better than movement in the long run, because agility affects more things. It affects picking up the ball, it affects passing, it affects catching, it affects your dodge rolls. So you can easily dodge out a stunty player if they have 4 agility. So he will be a bit of a problem if he gets the ball in his hands. He can, like, if he gets the ball in his hands, he could almost dodge his way to a score by himself, and he doesn't have to worry about, things going wrong, because it's like a 2+ dodge roll with a built-in reroll and stunty, so the players around him don't affect him for the dodge roll. But we'll get to that next time, and we'll go over our strategy to try and beat them and to try and take out their +1 agility, dodge, whatever you want to call it, kind of player who can do basically everything for them except for block. And then we'll go ahead and see what we do next time. And I thank everyone for joining me in our second match of the Chaos Cup, where we emerged victorious, and now we're going to play a mirror matchup. And I hope that you all have a great day, and I hope you all look forward to watching us next time with Stone of the Sun versus the Sea of Red mirror matchup. Hope you all take care and have a wonderful day.